Hi, everybody. It's Roxanne Wheeler, and I'm thanking you very much for wanting to learn more about your doTERRA products and the investment that you've made already in your wellness. So thanks a lot for watching. I want to also tell you that we're going to be focusing on a couple of themes, and one theme will be stress, of course, and there's plenty of that to go around. I'm sure that you may be feeling it, even though you may be dismissing your stress because it just might be excited stress, or it might be good stress. However, every single stress that we feel, good or bad, little or big, the body can't distinguish, and the body will react pretty much the same way for every stress. What it does is it allows your cortisol to be released, or it triggers your cortisol to be released. A fight or flight or freeze response will happen. And a lot of us ladies do the freeze response. I know that's been part of my past. And so every time that happens, it does take a little toll on our health. And that's where we get the belly fat. That's where we get the inflammation, the difficulty sleeping. We can get a lot of runoff or snowball effect from just a little bit of stress. So what I'll encourage you to think about is, how are you managing your stress? What are you doing every single day to help keep yourself more balanced, stable, and grounded in terms of your responses? Because it's our responses that we can remember. It's that, or it's the irritability, it's the short temper, it's the lack of patience, it's the flying off the handle for no reason, it's the crying that gets easily triggered. There's all kinds of responses. So to kind of keep yourself more grounded and stable, one thing I'm going to suggest is an oil this month that happens to be 10% off, and it's called the Springtime Blend, or Citrus Bloom. Citrus Bloom is our springtime blend, and it's got some great oils in it. It's got lavender, it's got wild orange, grapefruit, Roman chamomile, and magnolia are all in that blend. And so that springtime blend will really be super good for any kind of stress. And probably, again, this is a recommendation, you don't have to do it, but I know what works for me and for many others is to establish a daily routine of managing your stress. Of course, one of the best things that can help our stress is a Lifelong Vitality Pack, that essential oil supplement pack of vitamins and minerals, cellular response capsules, and the essential fatty acids, which are super duper for helping us with stress. So that would be number one, the Lifelong Vitality every day. And then establish something else that works for you. And you'll know it works for you because you're going to feel better. Citrus Bloom might be something that you put into your routine. It could be in your little diffuser. It could be something that you apply topically. You could make even a roller for yourself and apply it. Of course, with citruses in there, you want to apply where the sun don't shine, or use a good SPF, because the citrus oils do make us tend to sunburn more easily. So you want to be sure and watch out for that. So basically, when I'm applying any citrus oils to my body, topically, I'll put them on my belly or where I know I have clothing covering it. Plus, remember, I've taught you this many times, when we cover a diluted oil, we end up getting 75 of that into our blood, into our cells. And so that's really the best bang for your buck, is when you can dilute your oils, unless they're already diluted, like in a roller, like a roller. You're going to get the most bang for your buck when you can cover that with shoes, socks, bandage, depending on what exactly you're trying to accomplish. So I would suggest the citrus bloom will be extremely helpful, and it will actually help people decrease their head and neck tension. It will decrease feelings of hopelessness, sadness. It will increase optimism. And emotionally, it'll help a person go from feeling disturbed to feeling confident. Who wouldn't want that, right? So anytime that you're feeling anxious, stressed, bothered, irritated, however you want to frame it, think of that citrus bloom. It will be extremely helpful. And what you can do with the citrus bloom too is, hang on one second. I forgot to bring this over. You're going to want to use your doTERRA hand and body lotion that's unscented. And basically you take the cover off, you peel off this little metal thing that seals it in, and then you can literally use a pipette and drip oils right in that hole. I know I do that. I make an entire tube of a particular oil I'm in the mood for to take to the gym and to use after my baths. So you can do that, or you can simply take your oil, your pure oil, drip it on you, then take your lotion and spread it over the top. That will accomplish the same thing to get you getting the most out of your oil. You can also make your own recipe for a body butter, and I do have a recipe here that I can send anybody who would like it. So just let me know if you would like that. It involves coconut oil, shea butter, sweet almond oil, cocoa butter, beeswax pellets. So some people are not into DIY. So if you are and want it, just reach out to me and I can send you that recipe. So another thing that will be very helpful with our stress is the, it's called the Blooming Trio, the Blooming Touch Trio, and it's for Mother's Day. And unfortunately, I didn't order it. I didn't see where I could order it. I went on the 1st of April, and because I needed some things desperately. And so I was kind of racing around, putting in different things I could think of in my search bar, and it wasn't popping up. So I thought, well, maybe it's coming out later in the month, but apparently it has come out. But I do have 2 of the 3 oils that are in that little trio kit, and it comes in a beautiful box. I know a couple years ago we had a box similar, and I have the oils from that, but they're a different set of oils. There were 5 in that. And in this one are 3 oils, and they are perfect little 4 milliliter roller bottle, perfectly diluted. And what comes in there are gardenia, which we cannot buy otherwise. You cannot buy gardenia oil anywhere from doTERRA. So that's one of those rare available oils that is available in that Mother's Day trio, or the Blooming Trio. So if you go to your shopping bag, in the little search bar at the top of where you would have your contents of your bag, you can type in Blooming Trio, and that should come up, and you can add it to your cart. And so the gardenia is in there. And then we've got jasmine, which was part of my kit from a few years ago. We've got the jasmine, and we've got the neroli. Now the neroli is also available all the time as a roller, as a 10 milliliter roller. And that is a very, very powerful oil too. So those 3 oils will be wonderful for uplifting, for, like the gardenia is famous for helping people feel more peaceful, feeling more friendly, and can support their friendships easier. And it's got a nice sweet smell to it. The jasmine is very uplifting and it will help your skin to glow. So jasmine is very good for the skin. And neroli is very good for relaxing, uplifting, decreasing anxious feelings, great for skin, for blemishes. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to need to have surgery this summer. And I'm already planning ahead what I'm going to be using because my surgeon said, use whatever you want as long as it doesn't cause bleeding. So I'm doing my research now and getting ready for that surgery. But neroli is what helped me so much in a previous reproductive surgery, to the point where I had no discomfort following that surgery. Just rolling on 3 oils. I didn't use a single traditional pain medication or pain approach that doctors might suggest. So I'm definitely going to be using that neroli. So that Touch Blooming Trio is going to make a wonderful gift for people, and it does sell for $36. It is 24 PV, those of you who are on our monthly buying program, which, by the way, is the best way to save the most money from doTERRA, is our loyalty rewards program, what we lovingly call the LRP. The LRP, when you order 50 PV at once at a time, you earn rewards starting at 10%, working your way up through the first year to maxing out at 30%. So I've been on the 30% for years now. So every time I place 100 PV order, I'm literally getting back 30 doTERRA reward dollars that I can use to pay for future orders. So really my net cost is 70 instead of the 100. So the LRP is a great thing. And on LRP, when you do place a 100 PV order, you do get free shipping. Now, everybody, of course, can get 5 shipping reward points no matter what order you're placing. So I know a lot of times I will expedite my oils because between my husband and I, we use a lot of things, sometimes a little too fast, or if I'm sampling out to customers or other people, to friends. And so I often expedite, which means I'll be willing to pay the $9.99 to get it to me faster. And I know I'm going to get back 5 of that. So just a little heads up on the LRP. And if you have any questions about how to start it or how to maximize it, or if you're done with the LRP and you say, you know what, I can't do it anymore for different reasons, and I need to get out of it, but you want to use your reward points before they disappear. If they do disappear in a year from when you earn them, and if you quit the LRP without redeeming them, they disappear. That would be bad, throwing away all that money, right? So I always encourage people, contact doTERRA customer service at 1-800-411-8151 and just tell them, you know, that you need to stop the LRP, but you want to redeem your points. And you can get all kinds of goodies that way, no matter what you want, I believe. Maybe not the newest products might not be able to be redeemable, but just about anything else. Hair care, skin care, supplements, oils, cleaners, anything that might help you not have to buy something else that is more toxic at your Target, your big box stores, or Walmart, or wherever. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions about that as well. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about this month is the Palmarosa. Palmarosa is our free product of the month with 125 PV LRP. And the Palmarosa is a very, very neat oil. It's a 5 milliliter bottle. And in it are some powerful chemical constituents, geraniol, linalool, limonene, and some other things that will be very, very helpful for us. So what can Palmarosa do? And Palmarosa is not available any other way except as a free product of the month to those of us who put in our 125 PV LRP order by the 15th. So you still have time to do that. And if you've never done an LRP, this is a great month to start it. What can Palmarosa do for us? Well, it can reduce an elevated body temperature and is very soothing as it's cooling you off. So why would we have a body temperature that's up? Maybe we're overheated from working in the yard. Maybe we've been slaving over our spring cleaning. Maybe we're playing too hard on the pickleball court, or we're in a hot location. Like I know when I went to Africa years ago and to Mexico, as well as some nights in Florida, I was rolling on some cooling oils that I had in the middle of the night because I was sweating so much. So that can be very helpful. It can also be helpful if you're fighting something and it's not quite high enough for you to really take care of it any other way, but you're getting worn out by it, by that elevated temperature. The Palmarosa will help you. It's also really good for all skin types, and it can be used in a daily skincare routine by adding it to the hydrating cream, to the Virage serum, or making your own face serum. And there's lots of recipes out there for that. Palmarosa is also super for supporting the immunity of the following organs: the colon, the stomach, the bladder, the prostate, the urethra, urinary tracts, kidneys. It also helps with the health of our skin, our armpits, head, eyebrows, eyelids, and ears. Now remember, we don't want to put our oils directly up our nose or in our ear canal or in our eyes, just because they are lined with very sensitive tissue that is easily irritated. So what would happen is you wouldn't do any damage, but it would just not feel good at all. It would feel kind of like an eyelash in your eye for that time period that it's there. Maybe a minute at most for oil in terms of irritating you. It is also, Palmarosa is also cytophylactic in nature. Big word, cytophylactic. Cyto means cells. And what that means is it promotes the growth of cells and the recycling of cellular matter, meaning when our cells die, which they all die at some point, they only have so much life in them, that cellular matter needs to be gotten rid of. And so Palmarosa will help with that. It also stimulates the secretion of digestive juices into the stomach, which then helps promote good digestion. It also aids in the absorption of the nutrients from our food, making our digestive process more efficient. Emotionally, Palmarosa has very uplifting benefits for anxiousness, sad feelings, for stress, and it is very soothing. It's very welcoming if you put it in the diffuser, and it's very rejuvenating for our cells. So lots of good reasons to want to get your Palmarosa, which you cannot get any other way except that LRP. And I'm going to smell mine right now because I just feel like I want it. Very nice. Very nice. And it is a single oil. So, and it does not have any supplement facts, so I would not be putting it in my mouth. So what else do I want to tell you about today? Well, I definitely want to tell you about a new oil love I have. This new oil love, I'm telling you, it totally surprised me, because when I was preparing for our fun Zoom that we did last Saturday, I was researching it pretty heavily because I didn't know much about it. I'd gotten it in my convention kit and never used it. from convention. So it was sitting there. Well, it's now permanent as of April 1st, and I can see why they waited to make sure they had enough stock, because this oil will become very popular. I know. It's going to be a great oil for memory, thinking, recall, alertness, focus, concentration, everything that stress will affect, right? So Spanish sage is going to be your new best friend, especially if you're getting a little older and finding, I can't quite remember that. I can't put my finger on that in my mental computer. What you can do with it is you can inhale it. And this is how I used it the other day. I inhaled it, but first I'm going to put it on my hands. I'm going to put a couple drops right on my palms of my hands. Then I'm going to rub my hands together. And by agitating the oil a little bit, that will help release some of those constituents. I'm inhaling deeply from my cupped hands. I'm loving you, Spanish sage. And then what I do is I rub it on my neck, front and back, and I'll even reach down my shirt, rub it on my heart, because it is really, really also good for our cells if we've been exposed to toxic cleaners, toxic makeup products, cosmetics, wood burning. How many of you still burn wood, right? There are toxins released when we burn wood. Yard chemicals, pumping gas. Every time I go and get my gas, I'm pumping and I'm thinking, oh, I'm trying not to breathe. I'm trying not to breathe because the gas fumes are coming up, right? So anything toxic gets into our cells, and it lives in our fat, by the way. Toxins find a place to hide in our fat cells. And so Spanish sage will have a way of pulling it out of there. Now, I do have to caution you, people with asthma, and I didn't find this in too many places, but I did read it in one place. So you might want to double check me on this. People with asthma probably should not use Spanish sage. And again, I'm saying that because I did see it in one place. So I don't want that to slip by the boards. Now, who might have low glutathione? Glutathione can drop with age. Funny thing, we're all getting older, right? It can be affected by a poor diet, a lack of exercise, chronic conditions that surround our blood sugar, our sleep, a weak immune system, certain things that we can catch from each other, stress, and other reasons. So there's a lot of reasons glutathione might not be to the level we want it in our body. A lower level of glutathione can contribute to a variety of adverse health effects. And there are certain foods that will help. So those of you who don't want to take supplements and things like that, listen up good. Things like milk thistle, flaxseed, seaweed, and whey will naturally boost our glutathione. Supplements like our very own turmeric duo caps will boost it. Anything with selenium, vitamin C, and vitamin E. So our lifelong vitality will definitely boost glutathione. The fruits and vegetables that contain the most glutathione per serving include grapefruit, apples, oranges, peaches, bananas, melon, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, kale, watercress, mustard, horseradish, and turnips. So you've got quite a few foods to choose from there. If you don't like any of those, get on the Lifelong Vitality. Do yourself a favor. Are you having any problems with your hair falling out? Or are you having any skin challenges? Have you got any circulation or vein issues? Or maybe you have some problems with your nerves or an injury to a nerve? Might you have muscle or joint discomfort or swelling? That's inflammation. Is your head and neck feeling really tight? Are you feeling stressed? Have you got lots of anxious feelings? Are you feeling fatigued, congested? Do you have a runny nose or have other respiratory stuff? All of those things, believe it or not, all of those things will be helped with Spanish sage. Now, this is a personal testimonial. Spanish sage, once I learned this, I added it to a little roller I had made with helichrysum. I made the helichrysum roller when I fell 3 weeks ago in the street, totally wiped out, kind of killed my knee, and broke my phone all at once. Got clotheslined by my dog 2 days before we're supposed to leave to return home. And of course, I was bleeding quite a bit, and on my hands and my knees. And so right away, after we limped home, we were almost home anyway from the walk, I right away went to my helichrysum, put that directly on my bleeding wounds to stop the bleeding, which I knew helichrysum would do. And then I started icing and doing my deep blue, my aroma touch, my frankincense, marjoram, lemongrass, everything for pain, because it really was very, very painful. Didn't swell up much, which was really good. And I didn't bruise. I was so happy I didn't bruise, and that's because of the helichrysum. So 2 weeks later, I'm thinking, why is my knee not getting better quicker? I was making very slow progress, and my cuts were starting to heal, but I wanted quicker progress. All of a sudden, it dawned on me, the helichrysum would really help a bone bruise, which I decided I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't get x-rays because I could walk. And I thought, what are they going to do to me, right? I'm not going to be put in a cast or anything. So I made that helichrysum roller and started rolling it on every couple hours or so. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling less pain and I'm moving easier. Then this past Saturday, when I learned so much about Spanish sage, I added it to the roller, and boom, I'm not limping anymore. It was like within 2 days, it totally took my limp away, and it's not even tender to touch at the top of those bones just below the kneecap. So I am a big believer in the Spanish sage for inflammation, as well as for stress, for pain, and so forth. So emotionally, what can Spanish sage do? It's very good for helping with acceptance, helping us feel calm, feeling capable, resilient, and worthy. And because memories are so emotional, they're right there in the same part of the brain with memory, emotion, and sense. Difficulty accessing or recalling a memory can be very upsetting to a lot of people. And it might even contribute to them feeling less worthy or feeling negative about themselves or negative in general. So Spanish sage, I found out, is a good oil to help us feel cherished and loved by a God who will never abandon us. You can use Spanish sage under the tongue, in a capsule, in water, or breathe it from the cupped hands or from a diffuser. And if you can see this right here, you can see the supplement facts right there. That is proof that it is safe to use orally, okay? So Spanish sage, there are a number of diffuser blends that I will be able to share with you. So I will be sending that out as part of my customer appreciation. That's what this event is all about, customer appreciation. And so there are definite diffuser blends that you're going to want to try. Now, the third thing, maybe it's not the third thing, maybe it's the fourth thing, is that I do want to let you know about referring a friend. This is a brand new program that doTERRA just started April 3rd, they started it. And what it is any wellness any wholesale customer, excuse me, any wholesale customer can now share their doTERRA link with their friends or family or coworkers or neighbors, postman, whoever wants information from doTERRA. I wouldn't just stand there and shout it from the streets, but you want to make sure that people want to be open at least to what essential oils can do. And if they want more information, you send them your link. Now tell them when you send them your link that it's going to send them to your page. And what that means is it's not going to send them to a specific product. And so you might point them in the direction on the doTERRA website. Is it something for pain they're looking for, sleep? Is it something they want to kind of get their home ready for whatever may happen with a small kit, let's say, to have just in case things go wrong? I know our Healthy Starts kit is perfect for that. I kind of call it my first responder kit. And so anything that goes wrong, usually something in that kit will help them. So you can just direct them a little bit. And when they start putting stuff in their shopping bag using your link, once they put one item in the bag, the enrollment fee disappears. So that is the beauty of sharing your link. You're able to give somebody a free enrollment with any purchase. It doesn't have to be a kit. It could be a single lavender. It could be just a Lifelong Vitality. But you do want to remind them that they have to click on the link and not just go to doTERRA openly, because then it won't be attributed to you and they will not get their free enrollment. If anybody just goes to doTERRA by themselves, they're not going to get free enrollment. So this is a big gift that you're giving them, because that's a $35 fee. And also you used to have to enroll with a kit in order to skip that fee, but no longer, which is nice with your link. Now, the second good part of Refer a Friend is when they use your link and they enroll, you get 20% of their PV as doTERRA dollars, not the reward dollars. This is a totally different kind of dollar. This is a dollar that you can use when you go into your own shopping bag and place your next order. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, look at the left side, and it will say if you have any doTERRA dollars in there, and it'll say use credit, and it'll be shown as credit, and you'll just check off the box. That amount of money will come off the top of your bill. It doesn't affect the PV. It can be used for things that don't even have PV. So it comes off the top of your bill. So it can help your shipping. It can help your tax. It can help whatever, but it's money. And who doesn't like money, right? I'm all about helping people get the most that they can get with the least amount of expense. So that for me, it warms my heart that doTERRA has done this. So Refer a Friend. Now I'm going to actually share my screen briefly to show you where to find the information on Refer a Friend that I have put in Roxanne's doTERRA Family Facebook page. So I'm going to share that screen right now. And so I just have to move that out of the way. And so you'll come to the page, Roxanne's doTERRA Family, and you'll go to the guides. Go to the guides. Then you will scroll to guide number 2. Whoops. Okay, so guide number 2 says Refer a Friend. In it, you'll find a frequently asked questions post that will help you. Okay, why isn't that coming up? I don't want to create a post. I don't know what's going on with my internet all of a sudden. Okay, we have a little technological failure here. So I'm not sure why it's not allowing me to just show you. Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to click on the Shoot. All right, let me just go back for a second. Okay, here we are. Frequently asked questions, refer a friend. Let's try it one more time. For some reason, it just wants to keep showing me frequently asked questions for customers, and that's not what I really want. So let's see if this might help. The quick video of refer a friend. Anyway, you'll see a brief video. Less than a minute. So if you have problems with that, let me know. And then to find your referral link, let's see if that will, okay, finding your referral link. Here's another little video. Okay, so and then there is printed information right here. Okay, so no matter how you like to learn, I hope that I've been able to help you get started with refer a friend, because it's going to be very, very useful for them receiving the free enrollment for a year, for you receiving your refer a friend dollars. So anybody who has any questions at all about anything that we've talked about today, please reach out to me, and I'll be sending this link, this replay very soon. So thank you so much. And I believe next month, if you want to put it on your calendar, I should have looked this up sooner, but I believe it's going to be May 9th will be our next Lunch and Learn. So take care, everybody. Don't be afraid to reach out, reply to the email, or you can text me anytime. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.